Assalamualaikum, my lovely friends. This is Saf, and I'm just going to start my channel where I'm just gonna post the videos for arts training, and this is gonna be like the course completely like complete course for the people who are really looking to get through this typical sort of task. And basically, what you should do actually, you should really do not forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can really get all the details and all the updates through the channel on regular basis. And today we just got to start with the reading stuff. So I want to address some of the reading technicalities there, and most of the time people face while just doing this test, because in Pakistan the situation is not that much easy for the people, and we don't want to really spend a lot of time on the practice in the reading stuff. So in this today's session, I just want to show you one of the thing, the basic topic of this session is that how to get through the reading stuff, particularly the task one, without even reading the passage out. So let's just start it up and hope you just kind of like the stuff, and definitely a lot more will be coming on your way. So let's just start with the very first one passage, because definitely I'm not going to describe what actually the basic of the test. Everybody know that, you people know about this test very well. In the reading section they're section one, like the passage one, two, and three are there. And basically today in just this reading, I just want to address how you can answer, like the question without even reading or going through all the passage, because it is very difficult. Whatever you can see over your screen, right? Like this is one passage I have taken from the Cambridge 9 book, and passage is not that much, you can say, short. It is really having too many words to it, so around about 20, well, 200, 2500 or 3000 words are there. So it's not easy to get through this passage and understand the question all the time, along with the while understanding and giving the 13 to 14 question answer. So what we got to do, very first, whenever you get even you're doing the practice stuff, you just got to do one thing. And what is that thing? Just take right away yourself on the question. I want to show you how this skill just kind of work it out, because most of the people, they really go through, once they get the test in front of them, they go through the passage, and because it's like a 20 minutes, because purpose of doing this video is that to show you how you can save time. So I'm just going to describe question one by one, how you can spot it out first, and then how you can really spot it out your answer right away. So you can see, all of you, true, false, and not given is one type of question over your screen right now. And what we got to do is, the thing is that right now, because these type of questions like true, false, and not given, whatever the question is given, you just got to tell, because the statement is there. And what you need to do, really, you need to really read out the question, like Michael Faraday. Like, just for example, that Michael Faraday was the first person to recognize Perkins' ability as a student of chemistry. Now, this is the very first question. What you can do, because you do have three parameters here. Look very attentively here, because this is actually the thing, and this is actually the thing you just got to try to understand this one out, because Michael Faraday was the first person to recognize Perkins' ability as a student of chemistry. What you got to do, look for the nouns first, and after that verb. So very first is the Michael Faraday, and then recognize, and Perkins' ability as a student of chemistry. So basically altogether you just got to take these words, because very first you just got to spot it out where your answer can be. Once you can spot it out, then definitely you can tell you whether it is matching with the whatever the statement is given, whether it is going opposed, and whether it is something is given but not clearly all the information is given. Because after spotting it out, you can decide whether to go with the true, false, or not given. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to repeat it out multiple time in my mind, or I can repeat it loudly as well. Like, Michael Faraday was the first person to recognize Perkins' ability as a student of chemistry. And the best thing what you can do all the time is, because very important thing is that you need to understand the question. And after all, definitely English is not our mother tongue, so best thing you can do, how you can understand the question, you can really repeat it out the question multiple time in your mind and loudly as well. Along with that, what you can do additionally, you can try to translate it out completely in Urdu, so that you can get the clear idea, clear meaning of the question. But more importantly, you just, once you can understand the question, then next what you got to do, You just need to take the words like noun and the verbs there. You just got to take them, and you just need to really spot out your answer first, because spotting out the answer, this is what we where we lack most of the time. So I'm just going to like do it only for the true false and not given this time, and just let's do it all together. So now I'm just going to like act like a student if I got this like true false and not question not given in front of me, and I'm just going to tackle it up. I'm just going to like read the Michael Faraday, first person, recognize Perkins ability, a student of chemistry. I'm just going to like take these words back, and I'm just going to like take it back, and I'm just going to start it up right away. Now, scanning and skimming, everybody have heard about this thing out. So what you got to do, without even reading anything, just go like this, and because the very first noun you just got to look, for the Michael Faraday, and just see this one out. Like you're just going scanning and skimming, do not read it out, and I'm not reading even the stuff. And after that, here you're really like you can spot the Michael Faraday is there. And after spotting it out, what you got to do, what was the question? The question, do not, because right now definitely the question is not in front of me. That would be better if you can have the question in front of you as well, but because I have remembered the question, so that is what I'm gonna show you right now. Now, Michael Faraday was the first person to recognize Perkins' ability as a student of chemistry. Now, in its synonyms, same meaning words, they will always helpful, very, very helpful, and they always will pay you off if you can understand them out. So basically, in Michael Faraday, you spot it out. So you just got to like see Michael Faraday, like. Michael Faraday was the first person who recognized the Perkins ability as a student of chemistry. Now look it out, because yes, spot it out here. Now start reading from here. As a student at the City of London School, Perkins became immersed in the study of chemistry. His talent and devotion to the subject were perceived by his teacher Thomas Hall. Now, what actually the problem is? Now see this one out. This line, like his talent and devotion to the subject were perceived by his teacher Thomas Hall. Now, whose talent? It's like paraphrasing and synonyms, they are paying off. Like Perkins' talent and devotion is like a talent is all about that, and so basically it's like talent and devotion to the subject. To the subject means chemistry. Were perceived, like recognized by his teacher Thomas Hall. So you were looking for, like I was looking for Michael Faraday, and we have got here what we have got it like Thomas Hall. So if you're just going to like get the opposite statement, but you were looking somebody else and you have got somebody else, so definitely the statement would be false. Simple as that. Because Perkins' talent and devotion to the subject were perceived by his teacher Thomas Hall. I want to clear one more thing here. You have got like the first answer. They in its reading, they won't give you the same statements in terms of wording, but they will give you like definitely same meaning over there in terms of paraphrasing. So if anybody want to really like get master on this technique, you should really focus on paraphrasing and synonyms. So definitely in any upcoming video, I will definitely describe these two techniques as well, so that you can get a clear idea whatever I'm talking right now. And the next question, Michael Faraday suggested Perkins should enroll in the Royal College of Chemistry. Now what you got to do this time, you just need to really use the same technique. Michael Faraday suggested Perkins enroll in the Royal College of Chemistry. You got to take the Royal College of Chemistry, Michael Faraday, and suggested Perkins enrollment. You need to try to find all of these within a one sentence. Now in true, false, and not given, I want to tell you one thing, because the questions, they always follow the sequence. So wherever you were able to get your last answer, you just got to like read ahead of it, and then you can really like last answer was here, so you just got to really read ahead of it. Now what actually the question, who encouraged him to attend the series of lectures given by the eminent scientist Michael Faraday at Royal institutions? So those speeches for the young chemist enthusiasm, like further, and he later went to attend the Royal College of Chemistry. Now Royal College of Chemistry is there, Michael Faraday is there, Perkins is there. The Perkins inspiration from those speeches there. But the question is that what? The question is saying that Michael Faraday suggested Perkins should enroll in the Royal College of Chemistry. This is the question. So basically what they're looking really, and see this one out, the Royal College of Chemistry is there, and Perkins is there as a young chemist is there, and enrollment is there, but it is not given. It is not given if Michael Faraday suggested personally Perkins. I want to like explain it a bit more. Michael Faraday was giving the sessions, he was giving the lectures to all over the class. It wasn't like getting the personal with you can say with Perkin, which is not mentioned over here. When a lot of the words are given, Michael Faraday, Perkin, and the Royal College of Chemistry is given, but this is not given if we like suggested personally. Like if Michael Faraday suggested, there is no direct synonym of like suggested is given. So definitely you got to go with what you just got to go with what not given. And most of the words are given, but clearly whatever the verb you are looking suggested, Michael Faraday suggested, that is not given. So that's how you can really go with the not given thing. Simple as that. And okay, just move on the next question and just really like do this one out now. Perkin employed, I guess, Will Hoffman as his assistant. You just got to like use the same technique again. Just repeat it out multiple time in your mind. Like Perkin employed, I guess, Will Hoffman as his assistant. This is what you got to do now. Now Perkin employed, I guess, William Hoffman as his assistant. Now this is actually the question is that. So it means that Perkin hired, I guess, William Hoffman as his assistant. This is what you got to look now. Again, the technique is what, wherever you were able to get your last answer, read ahead of that. Do not waste your time. So what you can do, last answer was here, so you just got to read it out here. At the time of Perkins' enrollment, the Royal College of Chemistry was headed by the noted German chemist August Wilhelm Hoffmann. Perkins' scientific gave soon caught the Hoffman's attention, and within 2 years he became Hoffman's youngest assistant. Now basically the question was saying something else. It was totally opposite. It was saying that the Perkin hired like William Hoffman as his assistant. Now here it is saying that Perkin was the student, but William Hoffman hired Perkin as his assistant. So basically that is actually what they are trying to really like track you or trap you here. So don't get in these traps. So you just got to like close your eyes and hit the button false definitely for this question. Okay, just next one out. The Perkin was still young when he made the discovery that made him rich and famous. Now you just got to like focus on this time again. Perkin was still young. This is what you got to look for. When he made the discovery that made him rich and famous. Now you can spot it out of this question by looking the synonyms of rich and famous. That would be easy. And now let's try to look for the synonyms of rich and famous. And okay, now last answer was here, so you just got to read it out. Read it out from here. Not long after that, he was 15 here, 2 years after that, and not long after that. It means he was still young. You have got a one part of the question. Now just try to really make. Perkin made the scientific breakthrough, means scientific discovery. Again, they're giving you the synonyms that will bring him both fame and fortune. Is like rich and famous. So everything is perfect and everything is matching whatever you were looking. So definitely you got to like close your eyes and just hit the button like yes or true. It will be definitely true because everything is clearly given. Okay, now just move on the next one out. The trees from which quinine is derived grow only in South America. What you got to do now, you got to look for the tree quinine and grow only in South America. Spot it, these three things out. Try to spot these three things out in a one statement, and wherever you were able to get your last answer, you should try to read ahead of it. And let me just take you up here because last answer was in the last two here. What you got to do, what you're looking quinine tree, and then you're looking like grows only in South America. At the time, quinine was only the viable medical treatment for malaria. The drug is derived from a bark of cinchona tree. The drug, like quinine, is derived from the tree native to South America. Now, native to South America is all about what? Growing. Basically, this is what they're trying to say. This is what they're trying to really convince you in the synonym terms, in the paraphrasing thing. Native to South America means that it only grows in South America. The tree is there, the quinine is rare as a drug, and definitely native to South America, grow only in South America is given. So it would be definitely what it would be. Definitely yes, all it would be true. So basically, we have done, I guess, 5 of them, now 2 more remaining, and just try to wrap them up as quick as we can. Perkin hoped to manufacture a drug from a coal tar waste product. Now this is the question again, what you got to do. Perkin hoped to manufacture a drug from a coal tar waste product. Now try to take a Perkin hope to manufacture a drug from a coal tar waste product. Again, you just got to like take Perkin hope manufacture a drug from the coal tar waste product. Repeat it out once. You're gonna now look for the coal tar waste product because this is the noun and you can really like spot it out very easily. So let's just get back here and try to look for the coal tar where your last answer was here. So you just got to like start reading ahead of it and see this one out here. Now just look for the coal tar waste product. And here you are able to like spot it out by skimming and scanning the coal tar waste project. So basically now you just got to read it out. During his vacation in 1856, the Buccaneer spent his time in the laboratory on the top floor of his family house. He was attempting to manufacture quinine from Nile, an inexpensive and readily available coal tar waste product. So basically the thing is that the question was that Perkin hoped to manufacture a drug from a coal tar waste product. That was the question. And what you got to do, you just got to like he was attempting. Now if you guys are attempting to watch this video right now, you just got to like do one thing, because you're hoping to get something from this video, right? So once you're attempting, it means you are hoping. So basically he was attempting means he was hoping to manufacture a quinine from any land, and inexpensive readily available coal tar waste product. So definitely it's matching again with the question, so your answer would be definitely true this time as well. So I guess everything would be going right for everybody here, and I'm sure I won't be that much fluent right now, so just try to wrap up the last question, and then we will see what we got to do next. Perkin was inspired by the discoveries of the famous scientist Louis Pasteur. So but now what we got to do, Perkin was inspired by the discoveries of the famous scientist Louis Pasteur. What we need to do, like Perkin was inspired, look for Perkin inspiration by the discoveries of famous scientist Louis Pasteur within a one sentence or within a one statement. Now wherever you were able to get your last statement, that was here. So what you got to do is start reading ahead of it. And again, it's not about the reading thing, it's all about scanning and skimming. And so just go like this, look for the Louis Pasteur and discoveries and inspiration of Perkin by the discoveries of Louis Pasteur in a one statement. And now see this one out. Louis Pasteur is here, and let's just try to wrap it up. And proving the truth of the famous scientist Louis Pasteur, word chance favors only the prepared mind. Perkin saw the potential of his unexpected find. Now in this sentence, the Louis Pasteur is there, but the problem is what? Here, this is like Louis Pasteur is really like coming in this article by the writer of this article. It is not about really like Perkin is given, because this sentence doesn't show any connection. Because if just suppose if I was a writer and I was writing this article, and I just wanted to really make it impressive, and I wanted to bring the Louis Pasteur here, and Louis Pasteur was coming in my mind, and I wanted to relate with it, whatever like Perkin was doing with the Louis Pasteur. This is what I did as a writer. So definitely it would be like Louis Pasteur is there, the Perkin is there, and it is not given if the Perkin was inspired directly. So you cannot guess, you cannot make a guess on your own. You should always depend on the whatever the passage they will give you, whatever the passage they are given. So according to this thing out and the proving the truth of the famous scientist Louis Pasteur, words chance favors only the prepared mind. Basically you just got to go with not given, because clearly it is not given if Perkin was inspired or not. Well guys, thank you so very much just to like watching this stuff here. And what we got to do is like you just got to like wait for the next video, but do mention whatever your requirement, whatever you want to get more from my end, so that I can get definitely like give you more technical videos in the tableau. In the next video we'll be just going to like come again, and this time I'm just going to really like wrap it up right away, leaving all of you on a good and happy note. And till then, we're just gonna see you in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself and have a good day ahead of you. Thank you so much. Thanks for all watching the video. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.